Odd
Conduit Media.
What's it gonna be?
You are now listening to the
Hyrule Podcasters! Rumble, rumble.
Hey there, all you lost little doggies. Welcome to another episode of
Hyrule Podcasters!
The podcast of the Windfish.
I'm your co-host, Ben.
And I'm your co-host, Pat.
On this Let's Play, we venture through each game in Nintendo's Zelda franchise.
You got that right. We're not experts or purists. We're just playing each game start to finish.
In this season, we're playing The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color.
DX!
Oh, should we get a little sound effect for that?
DX! It sounds extreme.
Yeah, like a 90s kind of extreme surge, that kind of thing going on, right?
Skateboard flip, a surge opening, and maybe a wow wow.
Ooh, I like it. DX! Wow wow!
I'll talk to Head Trip, see if he can put that together.
All right. See what he's up to. See what he's up to later. Speaking of being up to things later,
Yeah,
what
what's
have
up?
you been up to?
Oh, it's been Crystal's birthday.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
I know this is what you wanted. You wanted a shout out on the podcast, so here you go.
We did a lot of birthday stuff. We had some people over. We saw Lizzo a couple weeks back.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We had a friend visit, so we had an extra excuse to go to all our favorite restaurants in town, and it's been fun. We got Ticket to Ride. You play Ticket to Ride?
That was like the OG board game that I got way back in the day that got me into all the board gaming.
It's great. That's great.
Are you playing the classic version? Or are you playing the Europe version? Which version?
Classic.
Classic. Very nice.
And it works with just two people.
Do you have, when you and Crystal play games together, do you have the no jerk rule?
Yeah,
Where-
we're playing.
Okay.
I'm not interrupting her train lines and trying to sabotage.
Right. If the best play is to just do something that makes the other person's game worse, that is not the best play.
Correct. That is not the best play. Crystal just came back from choir rehearsal, actually. And I get to go see her and her Nordic choir singing some holiday events, which is exciting.
Oh,
so
that
I've got
sounds
a really
really
cool holiday season coming up. How you been? What you been up to?
Woo! Whole bunch of craziness. Been kind of driving back and forth between here and Pittsburgh for Weber family business. Very excitedly, my sister-in-law had her little baby boy, Jack.
Little baby boy Jack.
A week ago. So he was my first official nibbling. I have many unofficial nibblings, but he is the first official nibbling.
Nibbling?
Yeah, that's like the, nephew, niece, nibbling.
Nephew, niece, nibbling? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
nibbling is like the combo word for them. Kind of like sibling is what you use for, nibbling.
Nibbling. I like
Yep.
it.
Yeah, I like it too. That's why I say it a lot. And people give me that look, and then I get to explain it to them. It's amazing.
Speaking of nibbling, did you nibble? Did you host Thanksgiving?
We last minute hosted Thanksgiving. Yep. With a baby being born 4 weeks early and 5 days before Thanksgiving, things get a little chaotic, as you can imagine. So we decided to order from Whole Foods, which I will say was a great choice.
Nice.
Picked that up on Thursday and just kind of probably spent like 2 hours warming everything back up and kind of serving everything, but it went really well. People were really happy with the quality of the food, and everybody loved that there were very little dishes to do and there was no real cooking going on. Because things are pretty crazy, with the new kiddo around. So that went really well. And then yesterday, Jenny had worked for 2 or 3 days to put together a vegan feast for a Friendsgiving. And so we had our next door neighbors over, and we had our, kind of couple best friend that lives nearby, and had a really great little Thanksgiving together. What about you?
Crystal and I It's pretty much stayed home. We just made some tacos. Played
You kept the
Ticket to
tradition
Ride.
going.
Yeah,
You
keeping
kept
the
the tradition
keeping the
going.
Childers taco family tradition for Thanksgiving going. And then after we'd kind of decided we were just going to stay in for the night because we had some maybes going around.
Sure.
We got an invite to go out to karaoke, and we went out and had some fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was good. Speaking of Jenny, did you say that you saw our text thread?
Yeah, so Jenny was doing all this cooking, and we're trying to, both communicate. She's trying to do all this cooking. We're watching the World Cup. We're trying to communicate with her family about where we're going to do Thanksgiving because we really didn't decide that we were going to host it until I think Thursday morning is when it was like official. We're going to host it.
Wow.
Versus having it over at Amy and Ryan's, who had just had the kid, because they were thinking they might want to host it just to make their lives easier to not have to travel. By the end of the day, they're like, we would actually rather not have anything happening at our house. So it came over to our place. So it was a little last minute. So Jenny's kind of doing all her prep work for Friday. And we're trying to coordinate all this kind of stuff. And so at one point she's like, oh, hey, can you look at my phone and respond to my sister? So I did that. But then I saw there was a text message thread with you, Jenny, and Crystal that I wasn't a part of. And I was like, oh no, I have ruined a Christmas gift. I mean, I didn't read anything of it other than just to see Ben's bro and Crystal. And I was like, and then I looked at my phone and then I'm like, is my phone not working? Am I not getting text? Like, what's going on?
Am I saved in Jenny's phone as Ben's bro?
I think it's Patrick, like Ben's bro or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Crystal and I binged the first season of White Lotus, and we got to the last 30 minutes, and I was like, wait a second, like a dream. I was like, I've been here before, but what's going on? And after we finished up the series, I was like, I walked into your living room while Jenny was finishing the first season of that months ago. She's like, this is like the end of the show. It's like spoilers on spoilers. So don't watch if you're ever going to watch this. I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to watch this drama on HBO. It's just not usually what I do.
Absolutely.
But turns out I watched it. And I didn't really ruin anything. I could only remember as it happened,
Right. Sure.
Which was just hilarious. So we've been chatting about the show. The second season's out. We're going to start it probably next week. It's a good one. A lot of good acting. It was fun. You watching anything right now?
Am I watching anything? No, there's nothing on my docket right now. But very excitingly, really excited about this. So yesterday, I bought an electric drum kit.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm going to spend 2023 learning to play the drums and seeing if I can be a drummer.
Sick.
And if I get to the end of 2023 and I'm like, hey, this didn't work out and I'm not really enjoying it, then I'll stop. But I'm giving myself 12 months to try and practice. And my friend Brian, he has always wanted to learn to play the guitar. And so he is getting a guitar. And we are going to kind of hold each other accountable. We're going to have jam sessions every month of him just kind of playing guitar and me playing drums. And as always, there's no bassist to be found. So it's like trying to find a healer when you want to play any kind of game. Nobody wants to heal. Nobody wants to play bass.
I play bass.
If you weren't 3,500 miles away, that'd be a whole lot easier.
That's how far away I am. That's incredible, dude. Congratulations.
Yep. So I've always found that I feel like I have a natural rhythm very easily. That has not been difficult for me to grab a hold of rhythms in really anything. And so I'm hoping that, but I'm, tone deaf and don't really understand all the other nuances. So I'm really hoping that not having to deal with a tonality related musical and going, so that's why I'm going so it's a pretty basic setup. It has 5 or 6 different things that I can hit with my sticks. It's all electronic. So it just comes into my headphones. So
this is great. I can't wait to come visit and watch you play drums. I played drums for a bit in a punk band.
Right.
I gotta say, it's great for I'm not very strong. I'm not a very strong singer, and my understanding of melody and tone isn't wonderful. But I am very rhythmic, and I love playing drums. It's also a great workout, and you are so in tune with your physical being and your jogging has such rhythm to it, I'm sure, that I think this is definitely the instrument for you.
Yeah, because when we were in 5th grade and they had us kind of choose an instrument, they have you kind of practice on all the different ones to kind of see if you can, make any noise from it. And very smartly, I will say, from the school's perspective, although I later on reflecting on this was very frustrated, is they start you off on the bells because you got to think, if you just put a drum in front of kids, everyone's going to want to play the drum. The drums, like the coolest thing. That's at least my theory, is that if it was the drums, they'd get people signing up all the time and nobody play anything else. But if you call it bells and you're like having to play, the xylophone or the marimba or something like that, that's going to be a deterrent to people who don't really, kind of want to jump into it.
Yeah, I can see that. That's whack, though. Just give a kid a drum.
My plan is just to try and play by ear for the first week. I'm just going to listen to songs like, the Sweater Song by Weezer, and listen to the drum, part on that, and then see if I can just replicate it on my own.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's an easy one. Also, hip hop beats. Listen to some rap that you like and imitate those drums. That's a very simple, fun way to do that.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a year. Made the investments. Got a little spot carved out over here next to me. The thing that I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do, part of me wants to set up a Twitch channel and live stream all of my practicing as something fun to do.
Yeah.
Or just have the little, it's just camera on me, with what I'm trying to play, just trying to play the drums. And just live stream that,
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And we could sign you to Whack.
There you go.
Right? You will have successfully infiltrated all facets.
All facets.
And then if you buy the other half of your duplex, Crystal and I can move in over there. We can be like the Partridge Family with the podcasts. Unfortunately, but I don't think we get the Thunder Drum in this game until we beat the final dungeon.
That can be something that I will play whatever its little thing is. I will be able to play the Thunder Drum.
Yeah, by the time we'll hold you to this. By the time we get the Thunder Drum, you'll be able to play the little rolly snare thing that you do in the game with a Thunder Drum.
Amazing. Yeah, I've been working. One of my coworkers is a really great drummer, and so he has been giving me advice and that kind of stuff, and has a few, told me he'd, come over and give me some lessons and things like that, and has let me know some places to go here in DC that I can go and to some jam sessions and whatnot. So,
dude,
yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
Fantastic.
I can just remember Derek Desco, who lived 2 doors down for us.
Yep.
Just every day, all
every
the
day.
time, and he was just so good. Just
he's really talented.
I
and
won't
worked
be
really hard.
I won't be blowing out my neighbors because it's an electronic drum kit. But yeah, just thinking of that dedication to getting good at drumming. And yeah, so I'm excited. Let's
That's
see how it
wonderful.
goes.
Yeah, buddy, little Benny drummer boy. Little Benny drummer boy. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you play the drums as we march right in to this week's gameplay? We got some stuff to do.
Let's get to it. All right, so here we are. We are outside of the Tail Cave.
Outside of the Tail Cave.
And we're a hoppy boy now.
Do a hoppy hop hop.
Hoot.
Owl time.
That is an instrument of the sirens. I have to admit, at first, I did not believe you were real.
What?
That instrument, along with the 7 others in the set, has the power to wake the windfish. You must collect all of them.
Okay.
I was instructed to give you directions. Your next goal is north, in Gaponga Swamp. Hoot indeed.
Hoot indeed. Who's given this owl instructions? Is what
I know, right?
So we walk north and we immediately can jump over a pit. And
we're just
rocks. Yep.
Like it's our job.
Like it's our job. I mean, we're making money doing it, so it kind of is our job.
We're collecting roops. So the question
Collective
is,
groups.
you know, how long can I go without equipping the shield, right?
Right. Do you need? Oh, these two boys are very upset. Hey, buddy, it's serious. Yeah, it's really serious. Yeah, it is. The moblins came to the village. Yeah, that's right. A whole gang of moblins. Then it's for real. They all went to the house. Yeah, that house, and then they did something at Bow Wow's house. It was a real bad scene with the moblins. So I mean, it might be faster for you to find out yourself what happened. All right, kids, calm down. We'll go check out what happened at Bow Wow's
Yeah, see, the music
house.
changed right back, so it can't be that big of a deal, right?
Yeah, no more panic.
But, Bow Wow's definitely not here. Maybe he's just inside.
Check inside.
Oh,
Now the music's freaking out again. Hey, it's terrible. My Bow Wow was dognapped by moblins. Please, somebody help my poor Bow Wow. Oh,
all right,
boy.
well.
Okay.
Okay, well,
This
we kind of
will,
have two things we got going on here. So he has been dognapped, so we need to find Bow Wow, it sounds like, and we need to get to the swamp. So we were told to head north, so into the mysterious woods we go, and we head north.
Mysterious forest.
Oh yeah, mysterious forest, not woods.
Walking around the woods. I call it the mysterious woods too. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well,
So
yeah.
earlier, we approached some stuff that we couldn't get past because we couldn't hop
Right.
over stuff. So this time we can hop over these pits, and we're out of the mysterious forest already. The
got a
sign says.
Kapongo Swamp is to the east, and the mysterious forest is to the south. So we are gonna eventually head to the east, but there's a house right here.
Let's check it out. What's inside? Ben's gotta slice up a pig face thing first.
We have a pigeon and a person.
A pigeon.
Well, I prefer much to stick to myself, me and my letters. My name's Wright. The only thing I don't like about my hobby is that I never receive a response.
You know, sometimes you're right and nobody responds, but you're still right. Oh no. Are those likes?
Those look a lot like likes.
I dislike them very much. So likes, they're like the marshmallow looking things that will steal your shield, etc. in different games.
So now we're in a
Undead,
cave,
20
a creepy
roops.
cave, and
Creepy
we
cave.
found a treasure chest with 20 roops. There are like skulls everywhere.
There's bones
And,
on the ground, dude.
And just being able to jump is awesome. You can just
Ben just-
cross so many things.
Yeah, jumped like through a third of the screen just now. Ben, can I pick up the skull rock?
So it's behind. There's a treasure chest behind it, so we can't quite get that yet. So
Not
I
allowed.
guess we will exit and.
Go up the stairs. I'm so sorry. I'm being very annoying today.
I mean, you just love this game so much. It's okay. They can feel your passion.
I do love
Oh, we got
the
some
game.
new music. You hear that?
Yeah, exciting. Very
And
exciting.
there's an
music.
owl statue here.
Check it out.
Music. The fish stirs in the egg. You are there.
Notice the owl statue has a much different voice than the owl itself. Hey, the enemies didn't respawn. That's cool.
That's peculiar.
So now we're going back down south, and we're gonna jump over this pit to encounter some pigs and a like, and there's like a house made out of a tree that has a telephone symbol on it. I love this music.
Oh.
And that's the phone ringing. Pick it up.
Bring, bring.
Hello, it's me, Ulrira. Ask me about anything on the island. If you get lost, give me a call. Bye. Click. All right, Ulrira.
Thanks
Am I
so much
saying
for
his
that.
name right? Never really know how to pronounce his name.
I think that sounds
Ulrira.
pretty good. Ulrira.
Oh, look, we
Well,
found a swamp.
This is definitely a swamp.
Yeah.
Danger. Keep out. Except Bow Wow. So maybe Bow Wow's up here.
Ah.
So we have
Maybe
some
Bow
like
Wow's
shark things that we can't seem to kill unless they're out of the water. And then we have, what would you call those? Like little like flower blooms?
Yeah, they look sentient though. Do you believe that plants are sentient?
Yes. Oh wow. That's a giant plant. You see that?
It's a giant plant. So you believe that the myth of human sentience is just a myth?
Oh. There's an entrance here, but it's surrounded by these things that we... I cannot jump over them.
So what we have here is what seems to be the entrance Yeah, sprinkle some sprinkles on them. Maybe they'll catch on fire. Like, no.
And we can't.
So
move
what we
them
have
with
here is the
shield
entrance to a dungeon, but it's protected by these very painful plants. So we're just trying to like figure it out. Ben's walking around killing fish.
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
There's a treasure chest we can't get to. The swamp seems to be a maze, basically.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like we can get past any of these obstacles. Mainly the plants that are painful.
Yeah, so there are plants in our way in the swamp.
And then we can't exit east because there's those big stones that we can't lift.
Yeah, so we definitely need to figure out something else. So, yeah, we can't go this way, so we're gonna take our chances somewhere else.
You think that that humans are not the only sentient beings on this planet? See, this is a hot debate, you know?
Hot debate.
I wonder if
debating circles.
I wonder if we were sold this myth of exclusive human sentience in order to trick us into torturing animals. Like Link does without a second thought as he traverses the plains of Koholint Island.
Ooh, we can jump over and get this now.
We got a heart piece! Yeah!
So when we
Jumped
first
over
walked
a
by
pit.
here, we couldn't get to it because it was surrounded by pits, but now we can, and now we can go north.
Off limits.
Oh, okay, so now we're on the other side of some rocks that were next to the swamp.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. And there's another owl statue here. The windfish in name only, for it is neither. Wait,
Okay.
the windfish in name only, for it is neither. These statues are weird. There's a cave entrance here, so let's see
Go
what's
in
going
it.
on.
Oh, snap. We got a pig with a shield and a sword.
Yeah. Who's this suspicious-looking runt?
Oh.
Okay, boys, let's get rid of him.
You think you're gonna get rid of me that easy? Ben takes a hit, does a super slash,
All right, we're gonna put the shield back on here.
kills. Ben, your shield is B and your sword is A.
Yeah, that was a discussion in the Discord, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So if you want to talk to us about it, we were in the Discord. I would put my shield as B personally, but Ben's playing the game, so it's all.
Well, that's what I have.
choice.
I have my shield as B.
I think I'd put my sword as B. I don't know. Oh, this guy looks like he means business.
You must be an assassin sent by Madame Meow Meow to rescue the mutt. You have come to get me, but it is I who will get you.
This guy's
Right.
bad. He's got horns. He's spitting arrows, and then he charges and he dashes at us, but Ben ducks out of the way and he hits the wall. And ow, he bonks his head, and then he appears vulnerable to attack. Once he's hit his head, Ben got 2 hits in so far, and this guy's called the King Moblin.
Ah.
Wow, we got a King Moblin here. I feel like that's like genus species, not doesn't seem like a king to me, you know.
Yeah.
Right, so Ben defeats King Moblin.
Look.
Bow Wow's chained up to a rock.
You've saved Bow Wow. What a fearsome beast.
What a fearsome
Oh. Bow Wow looks so cool.
Bow Wow is sick. When do you ever get to like harness the abilities of Bow Wow, of a Chain Chomp? I guess you get him in Mario Kart if you're doing real bad.
All right.
Don't just go to the wait. Just don't.
So
just
let's
go
see
to the-
what Bow Wow can do for us. Ooh, we got some new bad guys here.
Oh yeah, these guys are real piggy.
Oh.
Bow Wow just chomps them up. Bow Wow's just eating the
So we
bad
have
guys for us.
Tamaranch Mountain to our east and Kapanga Swamp to our west.
Ben's just walking around, checking out the scenery with his new friend. Oh,
Hoot,
we ran
hoot.
into an owl.
That is the fearsome looking animal you have there. Do not forget, the next instrument is in Kapanga Swamp.
Hi, bro. I feel like he's like on us, you know, like I feel like I can't breathe. This owl is always around.
You're close to Telltale Heights. The camera shop is nearby.
Oh,
Oh,
sick. Let's go check out the camera shop.
all right. Yeah, really. Ah, here it is.
Ah, it's a shop that says camera on it and it has a really cool analog camera.
See me
See me
later,
later when you're
you're alone.
Okay. Well,
There's a mouse, just a pink mouse. Doesn't want anything to do with us and
really cute. looking
Bow
mouse.
Wow.
Well.
Interesting.
Oh, we're now in a different area.
Yeah, there's like dead trees and ravens and Bow Wow's eating the birds. Oh, it's so delightful.
Wow.
It's so delightful.
Dude, Bow Wow is OP.
This, so we're not in the mysterious woods. We're like in the spooky woods now. Like, I don't even know what you call this area.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it looks
But
creepy.
these trees are super Halloween-y.
They're very Halloween-y.
Halloween! You know that Misfits song?
I don't know if I know that Misfit song.
All right, we can't go up. We can't go north because there's some rocks blocking our path. We're back at the witch's hut.
Okay, it's the witch's hut, but
We come
again,
back
there's
around.
a rock in our way.
Yeah, we can't go south because there's a rock in the way. So it looks like our only recourse is to like circle back around.
Oh, there's another south right here.
Oh, no, never mind. Okay, so we're in the cemetery. And there's one-eyed ghosts that look like the new boos that you see in, oh, wow.
Oh.
Ben killed a ghost, and there was like a big ghost there momentarily. They look like the boos with their tongues hanging out. You know what I'm talking about? When did those show up? Were those in Sunshine? Or were those first in...
And just like in prior iterations, if you touch the, whatchamacallit?
Tombstones. Headstones.
Headstones. Is there a difference between a tombstone and a headstone?
I don't know.
Interesting. Look, Bow Wow isn't eating the ghost.
Well, that's because they're dead.
He doesn't get
Although
any...
I bet he would eat some like dead beef.
He doesn't get any nutritional value from the ghost, so he's not into eating them.
Historically, a tombstone was the stone placed on top of a stone coffin. A gravestone was a stone slab covering a grave. Headstones were generally markers denoting a grave. Today, though, all those terms indicate a marker placed at the head of a grave. So they had some historical differentiation.
Oh, so I touched this tombstone, headstone thing, and it said, if you have no courage, then you have no strength. Gravestones won't move for cowards. Okay, so that seems to indicate that they will move for people who aren't cowards. But I'm not sure how to say I'm not a coward.
Well, you know, I'll pretend like I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I actually don't know the answer to it.
Okay, cool. Well, let's walk through it. So, how do you express your braveness, your courageousness in a Zelda game?
The Triforce.
What's another way that your courage is tested?
Like, usually there's like a trial of some sort that you have to go through.
Okay.
All right, well,
You pushed one.
I pushed one.
Ben pushed a headstone. Interesting.
Interesting. None of the other ones move.
Not with that attitude. Try pushing them a different way.
I'm trying to push them from all directions now.
Ben's just taking his time pushing them from all directions while I ponder sentience. And here we go. He's moved the second one. He moved the third one. No, he moved the fourth one. And try to move that one from the top, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing. Seems to me like we have to get a little more courageous and come back. But,
Yeah.
You know.
All right, well, we
I
shall
love
try
the sound of the grass. Oh, zombie! Zombie coming out of the ground. You watch any zombie movies this past spooky season?
No. Did you?
Not this spooky season, although...
Wow, the zombies just keep coming.
Yeah, I don't think that they'll ever stop coming. Here we
okay.
go, we got a piece of power. We can feel the energies flowing through us. Yeah, I think that the zombies are infinite. Have you pondered infinity recently?
I always ponder infinity.
Yeah, always. Would you say that you spend an infinite amount of time pondering infinity?
Hey, we
We
found
moved the gravestone and there's a hole. So we're in like a cave and there's nothing but holes around us. There's a rock that has a lot of cracks. We should probably shatter it with a bomb, I guess. Maybe we're gonna get a hammer.
sadly.
And oh, dude, I had a dream about likes the other day.
Okay, so that took us somewhere again that we can't get. It feels like we're just like not in the right spot.
Oh, we got our first bomb.
I just got a bomb drop.
That's awesome. Well, don't waste it on that because you won't be able to do anything with it.
Oh, yeah,
See,
that's true.
you're going to have to...
Oh, yeah, we can't jump that far, so we're going to need some way to get across that pit.
There's a pit with a heart piece that we could grab if we had something.
All right, so we're
exiting the cemetery, and we see where we came about earlier. There's another rock in our way. You know,
we
I
really
feel
need
like-
something to lift up these rocks with.
Yes, we certainly do. Ben's hopping. Think we should go into town or go to the swamp? What do you think we should do?
Well, we can get into the swamp, so I kind of like the idea of going to the swamp.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
We have to go through the mysterious forest to get to the swamp. So that's exactly what we're gonna
Look
do.
at this banger of a track here.
You know, this might be the illest track in the whole game. It's so funky. It's so fresh.
So funky and so fresh. That's pretty good.
So
oh no!
funky fresh. Ben got by the like. Press start. He didn't
Okay.
lose his shield.
I still have my shield.
So
That was close.
everything's okay. So here we are with Chompy and the Swampy.
Yep. He
Yep.
can eat the blooms.
And he can
Yep.
eat the blooms.
Oh, he can eat the big blooms.
He can eat the big
little
blooms.
blooms.
There's a cool Netflix special on Infinity that I started to watch before I fell asleep, and then I didn't fall asleep. So here we are, maybe. Oh, and
All right,
we
let's see
have
where this
gained
leads.
entrance to level 2, Bottle Grotto.
Excellent.
So
Oh, hey.
context clues
Look
here.
who's looking for us right there. It's Beetle.
Friend
Yeah.
Beetle. What up, Beetle? Let's get down to business and talk about what's really got us excited. The new season of the First Encounter podcast. First Encounter is a video game podcast where best friends Haney and Chris take turns making each other play the games that helped formulate them as youths. In season 2, Chris takes over the controller as Haney forces him to play the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the first time. Listen in as Chris tries desperately to understand what's happening in this game. They'll laugh, they'll cry, and they'll definitely make you feel something too. Check out First Encounter wherever you listen to podcasts or at www.firstencounterpodcast.com. You have to include the www, otherwise it won't work. Thank you.
Ways. All right, so what do we got? Pat, you said context clues or something like that?
A lot of pots.
A lot of pots.
Called Bottle Grotto. So we are in a dark room and we approach 2 braziers and light them with magic powder. And I'm not sure we would have known to do that if we hadn't played the game before, but I feel like if you've played a Zelda game before,
No,
you
because
would have
remember
known
the
to
witch
do
has
that.
you do that in her.
Oh, my bad, my
Yep,
bad.
yep. So in the next room, we ran into 2 Stalfoses, or I think that's what they're called in this game. But one was green, had a green tunic on this time.
Stolfoses are skeletons.
Yeah. And so we're backing up. You know, we have a return from A Link to the Past. We have crystal switches here that make a very, very nice noise.
Very satisfying noise. And so there are these 2 creepy, almost like Shy Guy mask
looking
wearing things. And they mimic our movements.
They
and Ben,
mirror even more specifically our
They
movements. Yeah.
mirror. And Ben's trying to get him real close to him because there's a barrier between him and them. And he thinks maybe I could slice him from over here. But he gives up on that.
We got another new guy. You see this guy?
Yeah, so this guy has a mask on and also a hood, but a different kind of mask. And it's
We got a
kind of
small key.
interesting. Yeah, it really is.
All right, so we're going to backtrack a bit because there was a room a little ways behind us that had a was locked. So we're going to go check that out. Oh.
So the enemies that mimic you are called mask mimics.
Masked mimics. Okay.
Mask mimics. And we find another mask mimic in this room. And we can't pick up this pot. It's really annoying. Tells us we can't pick it up. Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. So Ben's charging up because he can't seem to hit the face of this thing. Ah, yes.
We got to figure it out.
We got to
So you
figure it out.
gotta
So
get-
what he does is he charges his sword and then backs into it. So they're back to back. And then does the whirly wind. And
So
Ben
we just
got us
got
our
a
compass.
which is always nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
Back for another round.
Very good.
Very good, very good. All right, so... Okay, so again, we have the compass, so we know that there's a key in here somewhere.
There's got to be a key in here. Ben hits on a switch after jumping over some platforms and gets another key. Now, I will mention, Ben has passed up a couple key doors while he has keys. He's just exploring, having some fun, seeing how far he can get. Now, he's going to use his new technique of backing into the mask mimics. And there's a key, but it fell on the other side of the wall. So he's going to go back and get that key from the other side of the wall.
Just some
Goes
light
around.
backtracking.
Oh, can't do that because there's a switch. He hits the switch, and he enters the room, and the key's there and ready for him.
All right.
And that's delightful. I was
So we're
honestly
gonna-
hoping it wouldn't be there and you would have to get them through the barrier, but, you know, you can't
right, so-
always get what you want. He enters a room, and there's some blade traps and some keys. And it's dark, and Ben's gonna light the braziers with his powder. Dude, I'm telling you, I had a dream that we were, like, by the beach, and everybody was standing in line to get tickets to go see the Keys. And
Okay, so
they
this is kind of
sold
a tough
out
room.
before we got there. Oh my gosh. Can you believe?
So there's one of these guys that you have to knock into a pit.
That's like
He's
very
just like
rubbery.
positioned in a really difficult spot.
Mhm. They're called hard hats.
You found a stone beak. Let's find the owl statue that it belongs to.
They're really squishy. But isn't that crazy, dude? I had a dream we were about to go to a cave and see some real life keys.
That is really cool.
But I missed out. But just the fact that they exist in my dreamscape is incredible. You know, wish fulfillment. Wish I could see some keys in real life. Let's do this.
All
So
right,
now
the bad
we
guys are
have...
back. Oh, that guy jumps. Oh, they both
Oh,
jump. The
they're
other one jumps
hopping.
very
They're
aggressively.
hop-a-lopping. What are they? Shrouded Stolfos, I think, in this one. Skeletons with some armor on.
So this key says, or this owl statue, when we put the nose in, says, part of the floor is raised. Tap the blue crystal. Well, we already knew that. So, thanks a lot.
Thanks for absolutely nothing. And, you know, taking mental notes, this is definitely, there's a lot of rooms that you could skip in this level if you were just plowing through trying to get it done fast.
Yeah, if you kind of knew what you were doing. Okay,
All right.
we have our Spike Boys back.
Yep, and we have to bump them around with our shield. They flip over and expose their, like, worm-like mouths on the underbelly.
Ew, I never thought of it that way. That's
And
so gross.
It's really gross, right? Yeah, they're pretty gross creatures.
Okay,
So
so
I
in
think
this
we have a
room-
simple puzzle here.
Make every block design the same. A new path will open.
So there's some
So-
blocks we're gonna push. And when we push them together, some stairs show up. Yeah. Now we didn't get this music the last time we were in the dungeon of the dungeon because we had an acorn. I love this dungeon. But just listen to this music for a second. Thank you for that. It's great.
got it, man.
Great music. Ooh, another dark room. This room is very dark. Somebody forgot to pay
Oops.
their electricity bill. Then falls down a hole, taking damage, shaming his family. So he lights one, he lights two. He tried to get a keys. He lit a keys on fire. Ben, all life is precious. Come on.
I don't think that was worth it based off how many times I got hit. Oh!
Oh, we have encountered what is his name? Hinox. Cyclops that pounds his chest and throws bombs and charges us. And the edges of the course are surely to break away. Ben is down to a half a heart. Will he die or will he defeat his enemy? Oh my goodness, at the last second. He pulls it off. The Hinox explodes. Now, many of you at home know...
We got a fairy, and we got a warp point again. So that is a recurring thing that will keep happening is we'll keep getting these warp points each time.
It's good to have a warp point. Is that guy named a Hinox?
Died numerous times. What'd you say, Patrick?
Oh, I'm just looking up to see if his name is Hinox.
Oh, okay. It looks like a Hinox. We have another stone beak thing, so we are going to see what that has to say for us. First, defeat the imprisoned Pole's voice. Last, Stalfos.
Ah, Pole's voice. Remember that one? That's the creepy bunny thing.
Wow,
so
this is a creepy
like,
eye
thing. In the corner of the room, there's a...
We got a map! We got a map!
There's an eye that sucks everything in the room toward it. It even ate the keys.
All right, so
and we spin around in a circle, but we got through. We got the map. Now here we are. We got 20 rupees. Joy! And Ben opens a locked door to the left, and there are boos. Now these look like actual boos. And Ben slices them, and they just kind of reset.
But they're also unlit braziers, so we're going to do that here.
Come right now. Oh, and once he lights them, they turn into ghosts that are all black and are sad, and Ben killed them.
You found the power bracelet. At last, you can pick up pots and stones.
Yes.
And so this is one of those things in this game, you have to equip it to use it. So
I love that noise.
Like in the other games where it's just like, oh, you now have this ability. You know, they have this thing where they decided for whatever design needs they had that you were going to have to equip things and unequip things.
It's an interesting choice because you feel like with the pickup you could just like make that automatic whenever you're near something, you know? Like, I understand you have a limited set of buttons, but if you're playing along with us on the Switch, you don't have this problem. I'm pretty sure that you can just pick stuff up. Yeah. I mean, you got enough buttons.
That's true. So now we're just kind of traversing to the east, which is where we know, because of the map, that we're kind of getting close to the nightmare, but we don't have the nightmare key yet.
Right.
And I think we need to.
Ben unlocks the door.
I kill a Keese. I'm gonna head south.
Do you remember what the owl statue said?
Oh, okay. So in this room, there is a masked Stalfos. There's an imprisoned Pole's voice, and there's a Keese.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to kill this Pole's voice.
That's not a masked Stalfos. That thing's called a something else. I don't know what it's called. Shrouded Stalfos, maybe?
Shrouded sounds good. And there we go.
Yes, Shrouded Stalfos. So Ben killed them in the right order and got the Nightmare's key.
All right, so there's a set of stairs here.
Hey, piranha plant! Ben sliced it. I don't need a fireball to kill piranha plants in this game.
Yeah,
Ben spares the Goomba. The piranha plant does not spare. If you want a heart, you can hop on the Goomba, and it will always give you a heart.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that just takes us back.
Yeah, we're backtracking by going down into the dungeon. Ben ignores the heart that he got from the Goomba and gets a different one, only to have to backtrack.
I forgot that it was going to give it to me. Damn.
Oh, and Ben misses his jump. And he's doing a great job.
I'm a platformer, I promise.
You know,
there we go.
It's you're still getting used to it. So it's fun. It switches, to side view. Much like in the previous 2D Zelda games that we've played. But it's true side scrolling this time. So to defeat the bunny rabbits, the Pole's voice, which is a very creepy name. I can't get over it. You have to throw a pot at it. You can't just slice it.
Yeah. So when you try and just slice it, it just kind of like bounces off like rubber. So we're back in an underground area.
Mm-hmm.
And
we stepped on a platform and it went down, and now we're stepping on another platform and it's like, and it doesn't want to move. So this is a really fun puzzle right here. I don't want to give it away, but Ben, the only thing in the room is a pot, and you pick it up and you walk over to the platform, and when you're standing on top of it, it weighs it down, and you're able to weigh it down enough to move on. And now here we are at the Nightmare Lair store. And Ben's equipping the new power bracelet because he assumes that's what we're going to need.
I'm your bad guy this time.
Alright, so it's like a bottle. Oh, it's a genie in a bottle.
You can't hurt me as long as I have my bottle.
Okay, so he's juggling flames all about him. Oh, and he starts throwing them at us.
Yikes.
And so we're just trying to avoid it right now.
Yes, and this is the genie.
Oh, I can't move, but I am still all right. Your little sword won't break this bottle.
All right, so we're going to pick you up.
Up the bottle.
Throw you at the wall then, bro. What you think this is?
How do you feel about that?
You can't hurt me as long as I have my bottle.
This genie is really annoying. His tongue's sticking out. His eyes are going all different directions. He looks more like a clown than a genie. And he goes back into his bottle, and we slice it, smash it against the wall, and Ben hits it a couple extra times for fun. Yeah, we got it, dude. But we are systematically weakening your bottle. Ben's doing a great job. He hasn't gotten hit once. He's just dodging the fireballs. It's pretty straightforward if I'm honest.
Ah, the bottle just broke.
Now the bottle broke.
Oh, wow, you broke my bottle. Why, you make me hopping mad.
Oh, so now he's free from his bottle, and Ben slices him, and he turns into two ghost versions of himself. And Ben's just standing still and slicing, and charging up and slicing. He takes one hit, he loses a heart, and he loses 2 hearts, and he slices more, and he gets hit again and doesn't lose a heart. And he's down to 1 heart, and he might die. Oh, and with 1 heart left, he defeats the genie and holds a piece of heart over his head and walks into the next room and holds up the conch
horn.
Conch horn? Conch horn? Yeah, my jam right there.
Amazing.
Great song.
Prairie. The prairie is waiting.
Capital P prairie. Chomp, chain chomp, chomp, wastes no time and immediately eats a flower.
All right, Patrick. So what do we get into this episode?
The owl friend. And our owl friend said, hoo, go to the swamp. And we go north. And so we headed north, but the 2 little kids were like, wah, something happened to Bow Wow. You gotta help. And so we went and checked it out, and lo and behold, Bow Wow had been kidnapped. So we went and we searched around. We met Mr. Right. We got eaten by a lek, but our shield didn't get taken. And then we picked up a phone, and that was cool. And then we went and we freed Bow Wow from the moblins, including King Moblin, who rammed himself into a wall like a fool. And then we had Bow Wow, so we went to the camera shop. Camera shop mouse said, please leave. So we left, and we went back to the swamp after exploring a bit. And Bow Wow, lo and behold, was able to eat the sentient plants. And we entered Bottle Grotto. Ben, how'd you feel about that dungeon?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think the difficulty spike going into it is very reasonable.
Uh-huh.
It's nice and, it has some new puzzles that we have to figure out. I think if you they really lean into like, hey, you can pick up pots and throw them, and calling them bottles and pots. And so I could see some people getting a little maybe stuck with what to do with the bottle. I think you would probably, hit it with your sword, obviously, at first, and then dodge some fireballs.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have like a bomb, you try and bomb it, and that's not going to work. And I think eventually you'd figure out that you have to pick it up. So
yeah, and the fireballs weren't hard to dodge. It's not like we were spending a lot of time dodging those. Although we did spend a lot of time exploring the overworld before we went into the dungeon. And the main obstacle that we encountered was things that we couldn't pick up. So see if you can pick up those rocks to your right. There you go. So we've just unlocked so much of the map by picking those up. Been defeated. We got the conch/conch horn. And that's 2 of 7 instruments that we're going to have to collect.
Yep.
And I don't want to return Bow Wow quite yet. So we're gonna keep Bow Wow with us. We're gonna walk around, pick up a bunch of rocks, but we're not gonna do that until our next episode of
Hyrule Podcasters.
See you
Thanks,
next
everybody.
week.
Bye.
Or 2 weeks from
Bye-bye.
now.
Hyrule Podcasters.
Podcast of the Windfish.
An Odd Conduit Media production.
If you like what you're hearing and want to support us directly, you can head over to our Patreon page. We'd also love to see you in our Discord. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Hyrule Podcasters and on Twitter at Hyrule Podcaster.
As always, this episode was produced by Patrick, and we'd like to thank LT Headtrip for composing original music for the podcast, including our theme song.
If you want to play along, you can find Link's Awakening DX on Game Boy, Game Boy Color, or the 3DS via their Virtual Console. The Nintendo Switch High Definition Remake is also a great option to play along.
And be sure to rate and review us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you happen to listen. Capped and on a different surface.
Dude, you gotta keep the drink capped and on a different surface. Otherwise, did you just drop it?
No, that was it was that carbonated.
Is that carbonated? You drinking carbonated beverages during podcasting?
Some of us live dangerously, Patrick. You wouldn't know anything about that.
I wouldn't know nothing about living dangerously. I'd keep it. My middle name is Caution. Patrick Caution Childers.
This episode.
Ben? First, we exited the... Let me look back. What happened 30 minutes ago? I have no short-term memory. Okay, here we
have
go.
to edit this part of the video.
Odd Conduit Media.